Hello, welcome to Inner Alchemist Tarot for a general reading for all zodiac signs for the whole month of September. So as we're coming into the space, let us take a good deep breath as we connect to each other. And thank you for being here. Thank you, Spirit, as you're always looking out from our eyes, guiding us as we continue to expand this dream manifested and continue to walk in beauty. Thank you guys for being here again and liking the videos when you do and subscribing. It is growing and I appreciate that because when you do that and subscribe, it helps others find these videos too. So thank you very much for that. The cards have been pre-cut and pre-shuffled with your energies. Okay, so just sit back and relax. And as we connect to the masses here, connect to all of creation essentially. So what we're going to do is we're going to have... the layout's going to be, what are the messages for the beginning of the month, the middle of the month, the end of the month, and then an overall outcome. Okay, so we're going to use the tarot. We're going to do some call messages, just magnifying glass cards that oversees the entire reading, and then we'll do some clarifying cards, and then we'll do some oracle cards, which are really, they give you, excuse me, I just ate lunch, swallowing a little bit. They give you messages that are more fine-tuned to your emotions. That was what the oracle does. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to see what we have for the first call message for what's going to show up in the beginning of September. What do we have here, Spirit, for the messages that are going to show up for the beginning of September? We have dedication. We have the Eight of Discs, which is the Eight of Pentacles. Okay, what do we have for the middle September here? Call message for the middle of September. The Six of Swords is transition. And what do we have for the ending of September? We have two cards showing up. The Nine of Wands, resilience, and we have fortune. So the Wheel of Fortune has come up. So this is for the ending. And then what we're going to do now is that we're going to do a final message, call message, to the overall outcome of the month of September. What do we have here, Spirit, for an outcome message? And we're looking at the King of Wands, leadership. Okay. So it looks like we're already starting out with some things here. There's going to be a pretty big month, right? Well, we're always moving through a transition, every single one of us, either it's in our own personal life or as a group of humanity. But then there's some big changes that happen too along the way. So we start out here with the Eight of Pentacles of dedication. As you can see here, we have, it looks like a white wolf, and just watching the moon phases. So definitely been hard at work doing things. Discs of Pentacles are things that are happening on the earth plane. It has to do with money, finances, health, anything of that sort. And really been dedicated to something for a while. So again, this is the beginning of the September. And watching the moon phase is really hard at work. And there's a change here too, because the eights always signify changes. Eight is being like, you know, that figure eight, which is no beginning, no ending. Like the moon cycles, like, you know, as soon as it goes both through all the cycles, it begins again, right? And then the wolf is facing the moon cycle. So there's the dedication to something that's been unraveling here. Let's look a little further here. We have a transition. So we have the Six of Swords, which is a transitional time, moving from one shore to another. Okay. While we've had that dedication to it, now we're moving on to something, moving from that dedication to something bigger and expanding it. And And resilience, the Nine of Wands is literally just standing your ground, and it's on its way. It's that one final stand and allowing things to unfold and being persistent. The Fortune card is the Wheel of Fortune. So the Wheel of Fortune is always that lucky break. Something's coming on the way that's of good luck. We don't speak so much of luck in this channel, but those of you that know that we always talk about how we fine-tune words. And there's no such thing as luck. It's what you're doing within yourself. And it's because you've been dedicated with what you've been doing with your projects or something that you've been going on for work, with your health, anything that's happening on the earth plane, you're making that transition over, and you have that patience, that resilience, not even patience, just understanding that as it comes on unfolding, that you're going to be reaching that fortuitous moment. And then coming into your leadership, which is the King of Wands, and that is entrepreneurship. It's also, the leader, that entrepreneurial Wands energy has lots of ideas, and really knows how to establish his kingdom and takes action. And it's a serendipity card, essentially, next to that Fortune card. It's a very good thing. So beginning of the month, middle of the month, end of the month, and then here is this is beginning of the month, middle of the month, end of the month. These two cards, the Resilience and the Fortune, at the end of the month, and the overall energies of the reading, the possible outcome is the Leadership card here. So we're going to do some a little fine tuning here. And I just noticed sometimes I don't always check the timer when I'm filming this. It looks like it's going to be a little bit smaller as you're viewing it. Sometimes it does. The camera shifts around and it circulates, but I didn't check it this time. But I don't want to redo this because we're starting out in a really good way, and it'd be not so good to restart this reading. So we're not going to do that way. So I try to keep track of that. I don't have a producer here, so like any of us readers, we kind of just wing it and do it this way. Anyway, let us move on here. We're going to get some clarifying messages for the beginning of the month now. So this dedication card, this Eight of Discs, the Eight of Pentacles. What is this Eight of Pentacles, Spirit, for the beginning of September? What are we looking at? And it's the Sun card, and that's a beautiful card. The Sun card is just a happy card, and it's an innocent card, and you're just celebrating in the sun. And it's a very good message to come through after you've been really dedicating yourself. This is the beginning of September, okay? And then moving into the sun as a happy moment to celebrate. So let's move on a little bit here. What is this transition Six of Swords card, Spirit? What are we looking at here for the middle of the month? The Magician. And the Magician card is telling me that by mid-month, and of course mid-month we're moving into a Libra from that, because we're in Virgo right now, we'll be moved out of the Mercury retrograde energies too. And so the magic, you are manifesting something when you're moving and taking this transition on at mid-month, is what the Magician card is. So you're creating something as within, so without. He's as above, so below, as within, so without. There's that figure 8 again. We were talking about at the beginning with this dedication card with the 8 of Pentacles. So there's an 8 above his head too, because it's an infinite, you're an infinite being who is a master creator. And as we get more into owning that and understanding this, and this is what this whole thing is about, when you really own these readings and claim them, because you're growing through understanding that you are your own creator of your own reality. So that's what that Magician card is that you're manifesting, okay, by the mid-month time as you make that transition on. So this reading is looking really good. At the bottom of the deck, we have the High Priestess card here. And the High Priestess card, that's not gonna zoom in. No, it's not going to, but that's okay. And Boaz and Jachin is the pillars here, and so it's the dark and the light. It's like the yin yang sign, and it's the pillars on the Temple of Solomon. And she's got the Torah in her hand, so it's that knowledge. And only those who initiates that can understand this can understand the scroll. And she holds it in her hands. She's got that half crescent moon at her feet, so she's deeply rooted into that infinite knowledge. And working with this magician energy, you're going to see by mid-month that you are definitely going to be manifesting in a very big way by tapping into the deepest part of you and accessing that, like we were talking about, that eternal knowledge that we all have with that figure 8 above his head. And that's what the High Priestess does. It's also a Piscean energy too. Okay. The Magician is a Gemini energy. That sign of Gemini. They're master manifestors as well, and also the Virgo energy too. So again, by mid-month, we're in Virgo, and so that's what that's saying there. Let's move on here to the end of the month with this resilience and fortune. We'll do one at a time. What is this What is this Nine of Wands spirit for the end of the month of September? What is this? That one wants to come out. We have the Lovers card. So we have another Gemini card here showing up. Also, Lovers as a union. You know, we have the angel coming in here between the two. And so you could be joining a union with another at this time. But it could also be that it has something to do with you joining. We were talking about the High Priestess with your higher self. And bringing both of that part of you together, you know, the male, the masculine, female, feminine side, and you're really, Nine of Wands with resilience. You're being persistent with that. You're just being persistent with that. And these cards right here, again, at the end of the month. So you get 2 of these Overseer cards. And as you do, we come into the Wheel of Fortune here. Spirit, what is this Wheel of Fortune card for the end of the month? That came out. Yep, there we go. And the Empress, everybody wants to be the Empress energy. It doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman. It's the energies of the card. So the Empress is that magnetic energy. She doesn't really need anything. She's got it all. She's perfectly happy within her queendom, but she's the Queen of Queens. She's the Empress. So you have some really awesome cards here. The Empress energy is also Taurus energy and Libra energy. So we think by the end of the month, so we're in Libra here, and that's a perfect card for showing up at that perfect part of the segment of the month. But you're going to be stepping into your Empress energy. Okay? And with that Wheel of Fortune above her head, we're talking some really good, fortunate happenings right now. Right now, as I'm doing the reading here at the end of August, is that tomorrow is the blue moon. And it's not going to happen again until like the 30s. So this is a really awesome happening here. And we're also in Mercury retrograde, where the Mercury retrograde rules communication. And that's where we'll be going back at this time for the next couple weeks into mid-September. And we'll be taking care of things that we need to take care of on that, level of catching up with things from the past, or, but things might be coming up from the past. And by mid-month and end of the month, we're seeing some major changes here. As you're standing and your ground here, and you're persistent, is that there's a coming together here with this Lovers card. And then you're moving off into this Fortune with the Empress here. So this is an overall ending card, the overall possibilities of this entire reading. So we have the Nine of Wands, which is leadership. Spirit, what is this leadership card? What is this King of Wands? And again, it's just the nature of the card. It doesn't mean if you're a man or a woman. It's just the energy of the card. So now we have this Star card, and the Star card next to the Empress is such a beautiful energy, the combination of this too. But again, this leadership card with the entrepreneurial energy, with the Star card, she's starting out brand new, but she's following her North Star, and this is a miracle card too. It's Aquarius energy. But it's the card of like miracles, of manifestation that is happening, and she's maybe feel vulnerable. But with this King of Wands and with the leadership card, is that we are seeing a beautiful month of September here. It is absolutely gorgeous if you look at what's going on here. We have 5 major arcanas. That is simply beautiful. So we have 5 major arcanas for a whole month of September, going from the Sun to the Magician to the Lovers, the Empress, and the Star. So we have a really good month to look forward to. And you may be feeling the energies of the Blue Moon and the Mercury retrograde combined together with some other energies of the also Venus been in retrograde for a while, which is going direct in September as well. So you're going to be seeing some major movement forward in September, and that's what I'm gathering here. Okay, and at the bottom of the deck here, we have the King of Pentacles. Okay, so we have the King of Pentacles, which is very determined, disciplined, can control the situation, very luxurious and rich, has plenty of money, has plenty of resources available, and can lead in leadership within his kingdom. And in a very disciplined way, because he's very grounded and loving, nurturing, grounded, masculine energy there. So what we're going to do is we're going to just draw a couple of oracles, a few oracles here, and see what we're looking at as far as the energy is going forward. We're going to start with some Moonology cards. So, Spirit, what oracle wants to come into this reading for the month of September for us? Yeah, and I'm excited about this reading too because, it affects me as well, What is this? What cards do we have? As we glide into September and glide into a totally new sign, we're quickly zooming from the Virgo. It may not seem to be that way at times, though, especially this week at the end of August into the beginning of next week, but we're going to start seeing it. Okay. Cool your emotions. And so that is lovely. There is, I believe, going to be a full moon in Aries in September too. So I love how that's a perfect message for what we have here. To cool your emotions and, yep. Take what you need from that card and leave the rest. Okay, what guardians are we going to have to join the month of September for us? This is lovely. Peacekeeper. Let go of the need to be right. And that goes hand in hand with the cool your emotions here. Okay. What other oracle messages do we have here, Spirit? For the month of September. Two cards coming out. We have a divine abundance. You were born to align with love's will. Follow the Tao and serve something beyond the ego. Learn to be abundance, not chase it. So learn to be it. And that's what we teach about appreciation. Thankfulness whenever you can throughout the day. It's almost better than meditating and getting into that meditation state, You don't need to do that when you're in appreciation because it changes how your thoughts are. It may be words, but the words create the feelings. You own that you are abundance. And being in the divine flow, eventually, one sublime desire takes precedence over all others to follow the Tao, the divine flow at all costs. And that really goes hand in hand with, cooling your emotions and let go of needing to be right. Because that's staying within the ego. And as you go with the flow of the divine, of your spirit, of where your soul and connecting to your soul's voice, then you can really go into a flow that is different than going up against the flow. Okay. cards do we have here, Spirit, for this reading? And thank you for these messages, Spirit. It's a beautiful reading. What other messages do we have here, Spirit, for the month of September? And I as well, I'm going to be going back to this video because it's so lovely. Action. My divine action incites love and harmony. I'm aware of my thoughts and driven by positive forces. I listen to my heart. My desire to manifest light transforms tests into growth, challenge into opportunity, and fear into love. And that goes hand in hand with our King of Wands here, because the King of Wands is all about that action energy, being the wands, the fire signs, which is Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. We do have that full moon in Aries, I believe, so this is a perfect card that's showing up here for that action energy. And plus we have the Sun card, which is also a Leo card. Okay, so what we're going to do now is that we're going to look into a sacred geometry. What do we have here, Spirit, for more messages for this month of September? And again, the oracles, they show you more of the minute details of your emotions. Then the tarot is different. Okay, so what do we have here, Spirit, for more messages for the month of September? Soul time. The frequency of soul time asks us to allow the possibilities of a new reality to emerge. Okay. One that embraces the concept that while the corporeal body is mortal, the soul is timeless, limitless, and infinite. And so it is. And it is so. That's beautiful. Thank you for these messages, Spirit. That is lovely. Okay, we're going to do a dragon card here. What other messages do we have here, Spirit, for the month of September? What dragon's going to be coming in? What dragon energy wants to join us during this time? Let's pick this one here. Silver dragon. Illuminates your potential with higher light. Access untapped resources. Look into your soul. See higher possibilities. And that goes hand in hand with the soul time. And number 40, which reduces to the number 4 to in numerology. So mind you, during September, that's soul time. When you access that untapped resources, yep, and you emerge into a totally new reality. You're timeless and limitless, and you are infinite. And I love it how it's right there. The Magician card is right behind that to even signify that more of that meaning. Okay, so what we're going to do here is before we draw an animal card to finish up the reading, we're just going to draw some of these oracle cards, and then we're going to finish up. Spirit, what messages do want to come into this reading for September? Inner worlds. Your external world is a reflection of your inner world. And boy, is that true. That is so very true. Whatever you're doing inside, remember, what's within, without. As above, so below. As within, so without. And you're reflecting your manifestations through that. Whatever the manifestations are. What door wants to open, Spirit, for the month of September? And again, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for these messages. We appreciate you. Thank you. This is co-creation at its best, right? That's why everyone wants to say that. The we. Nomad. Let's see. The nomadic wanderer lies deep inside. So take the leap now. Don't crawl back and hide. And that's lovely too. Because it's like your soul, right, is shining through. Loves to shine through at this time of expansion. The greatest expansion that we've been through. So the soul loves to shine through you. You're more than your singular body that you see, that singular identity. And your health. Okay? And your health. Let's go back. There we go. Let's go. We should all get our eyes checked. There we go. An excellent time to start an exercise program or diet. Many new friendships are on the horizon. So you have 2 messages there. So, make sure that you're exercising, you're drinking plenty of water, exercising when you can, of course, to your schedule. And then also, you might have some friends that are coming up on the horizon for you during the month of September, coming into your sphere. Spirit, what spirit animal wants to come into this message for the month of September? Spirit animal, spirit animals, spirit animal or animals. What do we see here as far as coming into for the month of September? I'll have 4 of those come out. And remember, the number 4 came up for the soul time, so that's perfect. We're multidimensional beings. Looks like there's 5, actually. Oh, wait, there's 6. There we go. Okay. Number 57, we have the squirrel spirit. Believe in yourself. Number 27, we have fox spirit. Think on your feet. And that entrepreneurial energy with the King of Wands is a perfect card for that. Koi fish spirit. There's always enough. We are abundance. Divine. That's perfect under the divine abundance card there. White raven spirit. Trust in the magic. And that's perfect again for our magician that showed up. You are manifesting in the month of September. Badger spirit, be fearless and bold. There's no time for fear when you're aligned with the inner part of yourself. And there's the number 4 showing up again above the badger's head there. There's no fear when you're aligned with the inner part of yourself. Can't say that enough. And then last but not least is the horse spirit. Freedom is yours. And thank you, spirits, for coming into this reading for this month of September. We have a lot of animal spirits coming in, guiding us, protecting us, whispering in our ears, knowing that we can do this. That's why we're here in this form to manifest and expand creation. That's really, and to be happy and to enjoy the physical manifestations. The dream that we all co-created in the spirit world first, manifested here. So thank you for joining this reading for the month of September, and I do wish you many blessings for what is coming for us as we quickly move out of a very kind of like tricky time, but it's also a rare time with the blue moon energies and Mercury retrograde, Venus in retrograde, Neptune's and also retrograde too, for the month of all the way through December. So there's a lot of retrogrades and a lot of tricky energies and transitions that we're moving through. So you're doing wonderful, and Spirit wants you to know that. And again, you can be brave, fearless, be bold. There's when you're aligned, and it's a moment to moment, hour to hour, day to day calibration that sometimes you have to do when things seem a little bit tricky with the energies. But just remember that you're loved. I love you very much, and thank you for joining in these spaces and being here with this community as we grow it and expand together. So again, thank you. And thank you, Spirit. Thank you for these messages, and again, for providing everything that we need for what we're doing here for our expansion. We're so much appreciated. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Namaste.